Okay, so where are we? Looks like this broadcast was deleted and uh, go live, remove. Okay, it says I'm late. It says there's one person watching, but it could be me. I'm coming ill prepared. Robin, Ledford. So I say the word lead, but it's not LEAD, it's just LED. Or can you say it a different way? If you said lead, it would be LEAD or LEED. So there's something going on, unless it's a French term, or what they did, okay, what they actually did in this term over here is that it's LE as a single word, okay, meaning the. So it's talking about the D Ford. D is a value of 500. Ford has a truck called 150. RD says third place. OF says rotation in the sun. 4 and 5 is what is 4554, which is the sun. And it's a disconnected. If I use it as a word, it's disconnected because the LE is before what is the D. So it depends how you want to put things together. The story of the alphabet, that's what I want to do. That's why I want to create the program. So I need to create the program. Even I'm back. There's a lot of terms that go with I'm back, and I don't want to start rhyming because it gets to be very funny, and certain things I don't want to get into right now. But it's for me. Forget about the true creation of what everybody thinks, what has been heard, what is hearsay. What I do is the actuality. I see number three. It's number three. Everybody says it's number three. I try to figure out how did it become number three? Yes, I can do it in Spanish. I can do it in Hebrew. I can do it in English. I can do it in French. Which number three should I do? Trois? Achat shtayim shalosh? Three? Unos, dos, tres? Because in Spanish, right, you're already going to 13 if you revert it back to French when you go to three. Am I taking messages? Am I taking them? Where am I taking them to? Of course I take messages. This channel that I'm on is, I'm not sure, is this, I'm not going to mention your name. Let me go take a check. Hey, this is, I'm hoping that this should be about us, all of us, all those who participate. Participate. Of course you do. Of course you do. Now you have the okay. Okay. Let me get back to. I just lost myself. Okay. Um, yes. I know. And you're another name, SATO. There's just too much going on, because in Sator, what it's actually saying is what we're gonna do, okay, is we're gonna remove. You see, you can use SA as something to do with when you're hooking up electricity as a stamp. But when ATOR, you can call it rotas, sator, or the torus that spins. And there's two sides of the torus, like an auger on the truck. While the auger is spinning in one direction, the ingredients that are in the auger are advancing together while the auger turns in opposite direction, because one has to bring this way, one has to bring this way to a central funnel. So it's S dot, and then it's the at sign. And then it's the at sign. And we have to do that. And that we find on number two. You see that we find on number two, and then we get that, and we get this. And then we get this. And I'm going to enter that. Did I get that right? We get this, and we get this, and we get this, and we get this. Okay. I'm going to share this. And then we put up this. And what this says is this is the seventh gate, the B gates. the house of bait. The word bait, I mean, we have to talk about it. It all has to be discussed because it's not all about me. It's how I perceive, where I found everything, where I'm capable of breaking up the alphabet and putting dots. Like these are all letters next to each other, and I'm making connected words by either picking every third word, every third letter, or if it's, or setting it up in the pound. The pound is, everybody knows what the pound key is. You see, your telephone is set up, okay, with that. Let me see. See that this over here? See, that shows you have to divide all the numbers. The star, okay, the star over here connects almost all the numbers. It only has 6. It's 6 of 8. Never 8 of 8. Never 8 of 8. Why? Because you can't have houses in both. You can't have the spirit in both houses. Here is the orifice within what holds the spirit. This is the gateway. This is the reader. This is your Artemis. This is your Artemis. Win, place, and show all in one. The word SIM goes with your SIM card communication to the whoever that, what is it, like those, the incoming and outgoing companies. The word from SIM backwards is mise, which could be mise en demeure. It can also be mise as to place a bet. Okay, SIM or mise. The other thing you can also look at it is you can do this to it. Right? Have you ever seen tape like that? That happens to be Mars, and it's the divided gates of the Federation. And the reason it's the divided gates of the Federation is because that Roman numeral M will create 4, 5, and 6 as standard as what is this configuration. You see, I didn't tell you, like the same thing in Tetris. The piece comes down in Tetris, and you can turn it whichever way you want. But you can't turn it that way in Tetris. You just continue turning it that way, right? And you move it over this way and that way as it keeps on coming down. Where was I? You want to know where the cat is? Watch this. We're just going to... Where's the cat? She was running after this before. She was running after this before, right? No, you don't want? I'm late because I was mopping the floors. I have to get that yellow out. I added a little bit to my car today. Let's see if I got the video in here. Let me see if I got that video. No, but I'm just gonna break this down for 2 seconds. Got to my parking spot yesterday, and there's a sign on it, number 14, a new number. Coming into the Artemis day where the rocket goes to the moon, the Hebrew New Year ending 5783, coming into the gateway 84, Pluto gates on the ring. The exact same words were spoken when Jesus walked into the, what do you call it? And they were all selling and buying stuff and gambling. Anyways, all these words are just clues of information. So we had Artemis going up, which is like a rat trap, and that rat trap has to do with Saturn. I don't know what it means. I really don't. I just, over the time I have seen just the numbers, and it's hard to exactly explain it. But I have, I think, an equation over here. And there's a separation between 13 and 14. There's a separation between 23 and 24. The separation between 13
There's a separation between 13 and 14. There's a separation between 23 and 34. There's a separation between 33 and I think it was 20, let me see, 13 and 14, 20, 23 and 24. And then it'd be 33 and 34. You see, this are all polarities of each other. And the complete alphabet polarity to this one is this one. These two are not polarities to each other. These two are. These two are. What happens to these is their inverse alphabet are polarities, which is 4 and 3, or DC are polarities to W and X. Earth, Mars, Earth, Mars, Earth, Mars, 6, 7. 6, 7. If it was the alphabet, it'd be 22V plus 9I plus 9I equaling to 40. If it was Mars, it would be 22 plus 9 equals to 31. The difference is the 9, and that's the birth that comes in, the 9 birth. 9 and 9 is 18 and 9. Your 360 degree is 3 by 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18, equals to 09, equals to 27 into the beta gates. You can look at it as 20 and 7. T and G. They're both gates in gematria. Let me see. They're both gates in gematria. Let me see if we can find it. They're right over here. Here is what is T. Here is what is G. The two sides. And then here goes the alphabet. Now there's a question in here. Should the alphabet be going up to here, down to here, over to here, and then down again? Or should I be going up here, down here, over to here, up here, and down here? So there's going to be a different kind of design. You see, I'm going to go over to the right and then down again, right? And then maybe I should do it 3 times before I start going up, because our rotation is 3 and 4. Wow, that's pretty funny, eh? I went from 4 viewers to 0, and that's not possible. So that just slapped me in the head. 9 clubs. 9 clubs. I'm trying to figure out where we were. 9 clubs, the beta gates. Let me see where I am. So let me look up. I'm just a little lost in here. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, now we're back. I'm not really sure what I was going to do in this video. I was talking just before about how words come together. And if I can think of this art, is it Artemis? Um, and in the word Artemis also for me comes the word Simon um, in the word. And if I go to word scrambler, let me go to word scrambler. Word scrambler. Artemis. Is that the name of the, let me see this? Artemis. Okay, so from Artemis, we have Smarty, we have Arrest, Amrits, Armits. I don't even know all these words. There's words I've never heard of. Tamers, Terrace, Timers. Let's go to three-letter words and make it easier. Air, eight, ami, arm. Well, they're talking French and English. Yeah, they got a lot of words I've never heard of from Artemis, and also in Artemis, it says friends, it says Mars, it says emit to emit something. It says item. This is a four-letter word. So what you would see is Artemis. Equations. One of the equations for a word is finding all the other words in the word. And then if Artemis is 7 letters, you find all the words and all the uses of the 7 letters. And then you do a letter count, like Artemis would be 19, 28, 38, 41, 46, 56, 66, 76, 84, 85. Let me count it again. Rat, R-A-T, 39. R-A-T, 39. Then you have the S-I-M-E, so E-M is 18, because I know that is Mars and Earth or matter and energy. That would be 18. It would be 13 and 5. And what's ironic about 13 and 5 is that if you go to the game of pool, okay, the 13 ball is orange and the 5 ball is orange. The M and the E, matter and energy. There's so many things that connect. Matter 77, Christ 77, energy 74, Jesus 74, time 47, cross 74, and then the math 7 times 4, 7 plus 4 is what will be 28, the cycle of what is your Taurus creation, 7 and 4, 11. And the beginning of 12 is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is what separates 1 into the houses, and that's your Fibonacci starting point becomes 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, depending on how you want to use it. And at the same time, there's going to be, if you start with, there's going to be a fifth multiplication inside of this, because inside of one single square, there's all kinds of obligations, you know. Inside one of these single squares, I can create an X, but I cannot create the plus sign without using 4 squares. Automatically, I got 4 X's. Now, if it was in the Roman times, it'd be worth 40. If it was in our times at 24 to the letter value times 4 equals 96. If I was using this in bowling and I put them in a row, you'd get 30, then you'd get 60 for the 4. You'd get 30, 60, then you'd end up with 80 and 90. That's your birth. I think that's January. Now we have to add them all up. 9 and 9 is 18, 26. So now there's a lot of things I would be doing with the 26. I can create 2 by 6, 12, which are 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The NASA sign, right? Mona Lisa, the limo. The 8 would be 6 by 2, and there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8 corners, and there'd be 8 corners times 3 to what is 12 inside times 3 equaling to times 2 equaling to 48. And then you have the centers. There are 6. 48, very important number. How do I share it? There's just so much to say about every single piece of information. It's like where do I start? And if I say one thing and then I have to explain it, and then while I'm explaining it, I have to explain why it's that. And then when I start to continue to explain, I have to explain why it's that, why it's that, why it's that, and then how far back it goes to show how it became what it is. But if I don't explain anything at all, then it'd be like there's no connection. It's got to be explained. And there's also word games that go along. Once we mention rat, the question is, what, where do we use the word rat? Rat trap, you dirty rat. All the places we find rats in the sewers, and rats are like pigs because they seem to want to eat everything. I remember that from movies. Anyways, just things about rat, and then with the word that combination 39 also relates to angel 39. I think what creates the word sky, but only in the letters as C and L, the third letter and the ninth letter. 30 is creation of 1020 in location. I use CB codes, and 9 is birth. I use 9 and 8 are birth. So if you see a 9 and an 8, you're going to see the heavens of what? Birth. And there's games. The game of Baccarat tells us that when you have 8 and 9, it's a natural. It tells us that anything that adds up to 10 does not go back to the Pythagorean count as 1, but remains at 0. So when that happens and 8 and 9 remain at 0, your question is like this: is it Mars or is it Earth? The reason for that, is because of this is what happens to Mars, but in Earth's situation, this is what happens to Earth. Which one becomes the 0? Is it what goes around, or is it what goes around? Where's the donut hole? I see a donut hole here. I see this is solid. This is just the center point between 4. And it's also going to tell me 17. No, 8. It's going to tell me 8. So it might be talking about a house. Where do I get this number? Roulette rules. 8 to 1 when you put a chip between 4 areas. So what would it be here? I'm not really sure. I might be able to put the chip right on here at 35 to 1, and then I have 9 areas. Over here, put the chip on here, and then you got an area here, 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 and here. It's different from this one. 17, 17, 17, 17 is 68, plus the 1 over here, plus 8, and then 4 35s is 140. 7 equals 216. I'm going to explain this. When you go to the roulette board and you want to make a wager, if you put it directly on the number, it's 35 to 1. There are 4 boxes, 4 by 35, 140. If you put it in between 2 numbers, it's 17 to 1. There are 4 of them. 4 by 17 is 68. And there is 1 connecting all of them. So 76, 216. Ironic that the moon is 2160, also a relationship to our birth, the cube, and so many other little teeny weeny things, even the orange, and orange is actually golden angel. As for or in French is gold, actually it's a golden sun angel. The numeric value of the two together are 33, meaning of 15 and 18. And now there's still things to go with this 5 times 3, 6 times 3. There's situations going on. Some of the stuff I know exactly has an exact story, some stuff not, but there is mathematics that tell an exact story. So what's going on over here? Here I have 9 times 35. So that's 9 times 35 equals to 270, and 45 equals to 315. Okay, so right away we're talking about the sun. The half alphabet is 13.5. This is the orange ball and pull. And it ends up talking about the spirit in the heavens, 18, right over here. 1 dot, 8 void. 8 and 9. You want to know 8 and 9? You have to go inside this cube. You go inside this cube to get there. Inside the cube to get to 8 and 9. So we have 315. Did you know that the entire alphabet, adding 1 through 26, ironic that it equals to 351? Now there's a couple other calculations, and they keep adding everything to 315. That the vowels, okay, electric company and Mars. Now what was I going to do? Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 times 17 to 1 is 170, and 34 is 204, right? 170 and 34, 204. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 8 equals to 32. I'm going to explain it. 3, 4, 500, 519, 520, 521, 531, 41, 551. Total value. What is the total value over here? 767 between the two. I'm just trying to understand what they are. I can see what it is to me. I'm not really sure if that's right or wrong. It does tell me a story, my own personal story. And one of the stories is where 2 and 6 come in. You see, the entire separation of the cube, okay, is noted as 1 and 6. But you cannot, you're either going to play 5 and 1 on the cube, or you're going to play 6 and 2 on the cube. What I mean is you only can have 5 numbers, okay? You're going to have the 6 up, okay? And the 1 will always be down in this situation. So you will be able to be with the 2. In this situation, okay, you will have the 1 up, but you will not be able to play with the 6 because the 6 will be down. But you do play with the 6 through the 5. You play with the 6 through the 5 because this 1 dot, okay, is the only one that can ignite the next sided number. See, it's in the center. I don't know if you can see the light that goes through. No other cube does this. Every other one becomes a number 5. That's what this is telling me. 55 is my freedom. It's explained by the spirit of 76 because of mathematics. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6, 13 and 42. That's that situation. Okay, so where are we in this? Where are we in this? I'm just trying to see what I was trying to get to. I wasn't really trying to get to very much other than showing you how I bring things together through mathematics and obligations. This was off of roulette. So in this situation, I had 6, 7, 8, 9, and here I have 11. I have 9 opposite 11. Could be coincidence. Multiplication and addition equals to 25 equals to 36. Multiplication and addition equals to 12 and 9, 21. That tells me about the moon, the cube and the moon. It also tells me of the 1/4 rotation. 36 is a quarter rotation for me. For me. Hold on a second. I'll just give me a second. My sleeve is wet, and so 3, 6, or what? Let's use an easier number. So there are 4 times 360 degrees in a 1440-minute day. 4 times we have to go 360 degrees. That means we go 6 hours, okay, times 4 equals to 24 hours. Or what we can be doing, 360 times 4 equals to 1440. We can have 3 cycles, okay, of, just give me a minute, of 8 hours. Is that what it is? Let me see if I got this. 3 times 8 equals to 24. Okay, so we have the 24-hour day here. We have the 6x4 24-hour a day here. I'm just trying to see the two different cycles that they run in. This runs at 120, and this runs, let me see, this runs at 123 times. This runs at 120 times 3 times 4, and this is 90. 90 times 4 equals 360 times 4 equals to 1440. I'm just trying to figure out what that full cycle is. So this one is 3-4, and this one is 4-4. 3-4 and 4-4, 7 and 8. Just trying to figure out why I just went into that. Wow, I'm a little tired tonight. I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. I seem to be a little all over the place. I was going to do something on number 4. How can I get number 4 through a dice cube? I can get 1 and 3, 4. I can get 2 and 2, 4. But what else is happening when you get that? Well, if I get 1 and 3, 4, I'm going to get 6 and 4 equals to 10, and 5 and 5 equals to 10. So in CB codes, 10-4 is your communication. 1 and 4, 1 and 4, 104, 52, 52, 104, 26. So the original number we started with at 26, where was that 26? Man, I did a lot of things, over here, 26. Actually, it's 260, 26, 260. I think the Mayans have a number grid with 260 numbers in it. I'm just in a little bit of pain right now, and I'm tired. I feel like I'm all over the place. Tell me I'm not. Other ways to make 13 is 9 and 4 is 13, and 8 and 5 is 13, and 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4, 1 and 3 is 4. Is there any other way to make 4? There's 9 and 13 equals to 22. And that is your last one. So we jumped over into an area where we combinated in order to satisfy, but I'm not going to go to 10 and 12 in this situation. 10 and 12. The thing, 10 and 12, the funny thing about 10 and 12 is 1 plus 0 equals to 1, and 12, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, 10 and 12. Anyways, this is your birth. This is going to be a combination of something. If this is a combination of 13, it's either going to be this in the combination, or this in the combination, or this in the combination to give this combination. And I always like to look at 22 as V for life. Mars. You come into your birth as man through the moon to life from Mars. Where do I get this number from? It's because Mars is a 2x2 box. Mars is a 2x2 box window. Earth is a 3x3 box. In this 3x3 box, the separation of Mars windows is here, 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 and here. Why do I say that? Because this can fit in here, and this can fit in here at the same time. You can take this and use this area, then use this area, then use this area, then use this area, or use this area and use this area. You overlap it. What happens is you overlap it. Here becomes 1, 4, and here becomes the other 4, and you just overlapped it like that. Did I do that right? I'm just trying to see if I did that right. So we'll turn that all into a cube. And the only two corners we didn't use is here and here. It's the same thing you see on this. You're never going to use two of the corners when you create that design. This is showing me the house of bait. I call it the cube house. 8 and 9 are in the center. Nighty nights, Robin. You leaving? 11:09. I see you going. Uh, it's Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Right here. This is where it is. This is where it's all happening. 8 and 9, okay, are here is 8 and 9. If I feel like we discuss of how we're going to put our numbers, and here 8 and 9 is here. So this area over here, in which I believe is in one of these areas over here. See, I figure we go up this way, we come like this, we go over, and then we shift all the way down. This design shouldn't be like this. I have to redo these designs in a different method. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? We were talking about, so, and don't forget what happens. You see, we play with the number 5. 5 and 6 come together. 6 gets 1, 5 gets 2. 1 and 2 come together and create the almighty 3, and its polarity 4. And that's what's happening. When 5 and 6 come together, the polarity to creation, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 goes all the way into 3, which they meet at 3.5 inside this cube, the house of DC, the E world. Created before we even got here. I might not be saying it right, but you know what? Call a stone a stone. Sticks and stones, eh? Sticks and stones, eh? What's going on? Can we look up your nose? No? How you doing, eh? Okay. I'm going to get something to drink in the kitchen. I probably should be only drinking water, right? But somewhere. So much going on. Sometimes it's a little sad. I can't put it all together. And sometimes I get a single idea and I want to come and share it. Maybe I should just be doing some shorts. Yes, here she is, baby, eh? And she usually has this black thing on her nose, but it's not there. Yeah. Okay. I might be losing my parking spot tomorrow because they're playing games with me out there in the parking lot. Wow. I gotta clean more than this. I gotta take everything and put it in the middle.
feel a little bit better. The house is a little bit cleaner. Okay, there's a lot of situations going on, whether in the alphabet and in mathematics. And at the beginning, I was speaking of a word. So it'd be a 7-letter word. It would be a 7-letter reverse. But if you only use 6 letters, it'd be 6-letter reverse and 1 letter reverse in the void. That's not used. And then 5 letters and 2 letters in the void, and 4 letters and 3 letters in the void, and the 3 letters and 4 letters in the void, and etc., all the way until we get to the end. And this is where the lottery system comes in. I don't have it right now. There's a lot of pieces to put together, but this is part of how the lottery works. What comes in, what can come in, and there's some kind of, I can't exactly tell you, and it has to do with what a computer can do and can't do. Anyways, whatever it is, it's random anyways. It's random in one perspective, but it wasn't random in creation, because let's take a human being. In order to have a human being on the planet, there's something that has to happen. So it just didn't happen. It had to happen, or you won't have the human being on the planet. And then the human being has to, where's that human being? How did it get here? Whoop, my mother. How often you hear my father gave birth to me? You don't hear it, right? So there's terms that you hear that you don't hear. And all of these are it's a roadmap for everything in creation, because creation was so perfect, because everything moves exactly in those steps. This is what I found over the 18 years. I also find that there's the animals that are all over the world that are inside of us, the dog and the cat especially, and the cat is trapped. Obviously the cat is trapped, because the pound key can be used for the dog pound, but no, they always use it for 9 lives of the cat. So why are they calling the pound key and saying 9 lives of the cat when the cat has whatever amount of lives, but the pound key is only called what it is, and call it what it is? It's got 9 areas. They call the cat 9. The birth is 9. 9 by 24, 216. 216 is the moon. We got something caught up in the moon right now and trapped. Is it a real moon? Is it a fake moon? And then we have to connect the moons. And since everything I see right now through the work over 18 years is 3 and 4 come together, DC. So 3 and 4, the third and the fourth planet is Earth and Mars. So I know Mars has 2 moons according to what has been documented and written online, and Earth has 1 moon. So then right away, 2 and 1, boom, I think of Neptune. And I think of the pitchfork, to where you have 2 on the outside, 1 on the inside. The ones on the outside, I would say they're the 2 Mars moons. The one on the inside, the receptor of the 2 moons on both extremities, is both Phobos and Deimos. I know that Mars is a window. It has 1 point. I know Earth is the 9 lives of the pound, so it's got a donut hole. I know Earth is 33, standing for what they say is to be the Christ. If you use it mathematically, it'll be 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 in the star system math, where an addition and a multiplication sign go over each other. And then when you create the multiplication and 1 addition, in order to complete all multiplications inside your addition, you need an automatic of 4 multiplications. And once you get all 4 multiplications, you have created an X from here to here. So now you have an extra equation. What is 4 is now 5 X's. So instead of having 96, 4 times 24, 96, you now have 5 by 24, 120, 120. And that is a relationship to the gateway, because when you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. And how do you get that 15? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That is your first number. 1 through 5 is your first set, equals to 15, and then 2 through 6 equals to 20. And the pool is the pool is 1 through 5, and the darts is 2 through 6. You adding on 6 more, you already have 5, because when you add 2, 3 is 5, 4 is 9, 5 is 14, and 6 is 20. Darts, when you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. When you add 1 to 15, it equals to 120. So right away, the relationship is already telling me that because of the 0 and because of Earth having the donut hole, okay, represented with 20, we're looking at 210 as being the cube with the light. And the reason for that is all zeros will equal 6. Although there are 8, you only get 6 of 8. One of the relationship that shows us is the cube. That when I turn the cube, okay, two areas empty that are here and here. So count, there are 2 empty, there are 4 empty, there are 6 empty, and now they're occupied. Only this way, when it becomes the I letter, this will be the I letter with the dot in the center, you'll have 2, 4, 6, 8. So only with I do you get 8, and with 8, you get 6, which is your gateway. And here is where it is. This is your H, I, H. Here you get 6 of 8, House of DC. Here you get 8 of 8. Do you follow what I'm saying? When you get 6 of 8, you will be talking about the Jack. When you get 8 of 8, you will be talking about the Queen. The reason for that, if you look at the deck of cards, the Queen has 8 eyes, the Jack has 6 eyes. 2 and 1 and 1. 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. When you mention the Jack 6, you will associate that with 147, the cycle of 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of 28 days. When you're talking about the Queen 8, you're talking about the House of 8, the connected heavens. You're talking about 8 and 2, 8 and 5, 8 and 8. The reason for that is 8 and 2 equals to 10 equals to 1. 8 and 5 equals to 13. 1 and 3 equals to 4. And 8 and 8 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. I am looking for 1, 4, and 7. That is why, let me look back. I'm trying to remember. That's why I have to continue to write as I go. 8 with 2, 5, and 8. And 1, 4, and 7. I'm just trying to think what 1, 4, and 7 was with. I'd have to back up what I was calculating. Just give me a second here. So I want to see what I was talking about. $120, and that is a relationship 5, because when you have 2, 3 is 5, 4, there are 8. You only get 6 of 8. One of the relationship. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so what I was talking about, when it was 6 of 8, what I did with the 6 is I added a 1 to it so I can get 7. What I did with the 6 is I added a 4 to it to get 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I always want to go base. I can base myself on all the numbers, but the base cycle that we're running for is 1, 4, and 7. That's our base cycle. The center day is the 4th day. There is 1 center day, 2, 3, 1 3 days on the extremity of a 7-day week. And that's what it is. There's 7 months of 31 days. That is the AC. That will represent the 1. So what gets 1, what gets 0? Does Mars get the 1 dot and Earth gets the 30 days? Or will we get the number 4 for Mars for 4 months of 30 days, representing Earth because of the 0 in 30? And then we represent the moon through Mars by getting 7 months of 31 days, because it's hard to exactly explain it all unless you can understand it's the cube inside the moon, the cuban inside the moon, okay? The opposite sides of these cubes is like this. There's 9 face. So if I do this and this, you'll see 18. But if I hold this to you, how many dots do you see? You only see 11. You see 11 of 18. So that means 7. Sorry. You see 7. You see 7 of 18. So you have 9 and 9, 18. You only see 7. You have 7 and 11 void. You have 3 sides, 21. You have 21 dots. You have 3 sides of void, 3 opposite sides of void. So that would be 33. Again, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Commanding the creation of the rotation of the cube, the sun cube. Possibly what is moving the cube that is inside the moon. And I like to say the art is not a mist. Artemis. This is the last stroke. They cannot win. We have already won. There is something else going on. The other thing going on has to do with why this whole planet was here in the first place, and it's our communication. Because it's only through our communication, I believe, and I'm only just putting this out there just like that, that unless we know how to communicate, we cannot, no, let me not use that term. Let's use another term where I don't go against anything. We all want satisfaction, some sort of satisfaction, whichever way it comes, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. In order to achieve this, certain elements have to be acquired. And in order to acquire these elements, certain things have to happen. And let's leave it at that. Let me see if we can talk about the sun, the moon, the cow. Oh, number 57 is what we did. Number 4, ways to get number 4. I'm just doing this for the books for my own mind, because when I speak it, I remember it. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 4. 5 times 8 is 40. 4 plus 0 is 4. 7 by 7 is 49. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 8 by 5 is 40. They reverse. They don't all reverse, right? Here I should have did 4 times 1, right? Oh yeah, they all reverse. But this one doesn't reverse. And this one, these two do not reverse. The house of Bate does not reverse, but everybody else reverses. So I have to take that into account, right? Imagine if I have 4 items, 4 times 1 item, or 1 times 4 items. 4 times 1 item, or 1 times 4 items. So we did this with number 4. 9 is everything, because no matter what you multiply by 9, when you add it up, it'll always be 9. If we want to go to number 2, it'd be 1 times 2. 4 by 5 is 20. 2 plus 0 is a cat. Seven by 8 is 56. 5 plus 6, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 20, 33. You can look at that as 13 and 20, and you're going to connect that to the Mayans. That's 53, electric company, ho, 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 rotation of the sun. The gateway in the gateway in T. And what's so funny about T is I was looking at one of my designs, which was the H letter. Hold on a second. I should take a picture of it. Um, okay. I'm busy trying to correct this. Um, come on, Kat. I just lost what I was thinking about. Anyways, let me get back into where were we? Okay, we created all of these. So what is this? What is this? You see this? Oh, right, right. Let me finish off on something I did earlier. I want to finish off with this: 5 and 2, 6 and 1. What these two do is they create. Okay, they create with these two coming together. They come together to do what the house is, 3 and 4. How can I explain this? 1 and 2 are not alone. They must exist. They must exist in this number. The polarity of this number is this number here. The only way to get that number there is 1 and 3 or 2 and 2. So we have to understand, learn these numbers a little bit more in order to come into this house. This is where the DC house comes in. If you want to go 43 hot red, or you want to go 34 cold blue. They also have code blue, but when you bring them together, 77, okay, what you have is more or less warm, war, M, war, M, warm, 23, 24, and 18 is 32, and 13, 13, 13, 31, 32, 42, 52, 56, warm. And if you got warm and you got red and blue, you have purple. So you have 88, the house of Pegasus. Is it Pegasus or Pegasus? I think that's the right one. And that would be the window. And the window would be with Mars. And Mars would be the point. So that point equals to 8H. It becomes the heaven. The 11 and the 3 is your KC because it is your 11 that will create your 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. These are singularity. This is when it comes together only at 11. Your Fibonacci, which creates 1 and 2. 1 times 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So this one will create this one, creating my KC. So it would be okay on the clock. All the 3 and 11s that come together. At the same time, red. When you're playing the game of pool, this is the combination you're going to see. You're going to see red 11 and red 3. Just to let you know that there's white on every pool ball with a black number. And there's a stripe and a solid. So when it's a solid, there's just more color over the white. And when it's a stripe, it's just a band over the white. So I'm not going to get into what's happening. So your combination, we came here, we did that. Then you'd have girl and boy. You'd have girl red, boy blue, little boy blue, boy. This is your student coming in. We all come in as boys. I don't know why. I don't know why. It seems like we're coming in as boys, and we're coming in through the moon. The OY is what it says. It says Earth and Mars coming together. And this B is actually, for me, a 13. So I don't know the whole story in there. Then there's this over here. Let me take a look. What else is going on?
You want to play with the camera? Look at those nice green eyes, eh? Okay, no more fooling around. Yes, so if anybody has any questions or something, I'm getting a little bit tired right now, so I don't want to stretch it out. There's so much to do. I want to go over this page. I want to do all the numbers. I want to talk about the numbers that come together. Some numbers telling us about gates, other telling us about the division between day and night and the cycle of the sun through number 7. Number 8 shows us a division through the moon. It shows us the cube spirit connecting the heavens on the one dot. It tells me there's another gateway with number 3. I hope I'm using the right expression. Check this out. 48, 30, 12, and 3. 8 and 6, this is the divided gates between the heavens and the light. Here, I always want to understand what they mean. This is your creation, the 4 months of 30 days, the 4 months of everything. And it stems through going through Earth. This, Mars, is going through Earth, through this section here. One here, one here, one here, one here. The 4 cycles are done, and we go into the next cycle. This is what's going on. But this is singular. There's got to be more. We have to figure out which designs are actually happening. I don't know if you can see all the way down there. Right? Those are all 36s. That's what we're born into, that 36. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. We're born inside the sun, or something to do with inside a sun of some sort. And what does sun mean? What is the word sun? There's also the word soleil inside soleil. There's leil. 24 and 14 is 40, and so which is 19 and 15, 34, 74. Really? No. 14 and 24. 14 and 20. Oh, 38 and 34. 72. 72 as 27. In French, it's the soleil in French becomes the beta gate when a big red sun. And in English, it becomes 54. So it's basically the same thing, French and English. Why do I say that? 72 soleil, 27 soleil, doesn't matter which way it goes. And 3 times Reich, 18, 4 times Reich, which is the mirror, equals to 72 to what is soleil. And 4 times 18, or 3 times 9 equals to 27. Again, it's just really ironic. Whoop, hold on a second. It's just ironic, okay, that the sun is this number. Soleil in French is that number. I flip it around. It's 4 by 18 is 72. 3 by 9 is 27. 3 by 18 is 54, and it's this number that will create those 2 numbers. And we run our day at 360, although there's 6 times 60 for 360, although there's 4 times 360 for 1440, if you're going by the seconds or the minutes or the total minutes in a day. And you know that there's 3 days, okay, to a cycle, and then 1 day to return to the cycle. This would be 4,320, or look at that as our vibration. And then to come back into our new cycle, you add 1 more, and it creates 5760 minutes. So what is this? If I had to relate this to time, and I use this in years, it would be year 2000 reset, moon time reset. So we take the calculator out, and we go 5760 times 13 equals to 7488. If I told you everything that went with that, we just spoke about that just 2 minutes ago. This is energy, time, Jesus, and this is your gate. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 8, it goes back to purple, goes back to red and blue coming together. We just spoke about this 2 minutes ago, and mathematically, it recreates the next 8. 6 and 4, 10, 0. It becomes 80. But let me just see something with this. 7 and 1. It becomes a gate. It's 178. 6 and 4, 1. 6 and 4, 10. 1 plus 0, 1. 1 and 6, 7. The multiplication will equal 66. And again, that's a gateway. It's freedom is 66. A woman is 66. The multiplication is 6 and 6 is 36 and 12 equaling to 48. And I'm never going to stop. Somebody has to stop me and ask why, how come this and how come that, because it's the words, it's the letters, it's the association of everything we've ever talked about in our lives. It's every single board game, every single game we've ever played that has rules and odds and regulations, and whether it was amateur or whether it was pro, etc., etc. Anyways, Raphael, if you have any questions right now, I'm really tired. I'd love to stay up. I really would. Okay, I see somebody said something here. Punky Johnson, all majestic, unconnected syncretism. If you have any questions, are you still here? Are you talking about this stuff? Let me see something. See, this one over here is when they took, this is what I call EJ, je means I, right? Now, when they took the Canadian penny off the market, you had to associate with 10 areas, being 5 and 10, two solid areas. I had to pay 5 cents and 10 cents, 5 and 1. Mars, area 51. Roman numerals are all about 51. M is 1,000. 1 plus 3 zeros is 1. D is 500. 5 plus 2 zeros is 5. Saying hello. Hey, what's up? Saw the cat. Said, came across your channel just yesterday. Reminds me of Santos' syncretism. I see numbers and patterns, recognition, so I subbed. Hello, thanks. No problem. Well, all this comes from games. This one over here, this one comes from the roulette, game of roulette. It's 36 numbers in a row. And then you keep connecting the rows. I just did red here, and the smiley faces are all the blacks. And then I did a little bit different there. And then a little bit further down there, I did the same thing, except I connected them a little bit different. And where you see the, let me see if I can get all the way out there. Hold on a second. So, whoop, let me see, I'm in the middle of the, where is it? Hold on a second. I'm not sure what happened, why it's not. Okay, what's happening here? Hold on a second. My camera. Oh, look at that. Okay, wow. Yeah, I gotta set up a different system. Anyways, let me correct this for a second. Yeah. So, anyways, I can show it to you here. Hold on a second. Um, yeah, right over here, you see these octagons. Okay, are connecting the. Right here is number 17 and 20, 17 and 20, because I flip them backwards. I go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and then I should be running down this way for a bunch of them, but I don't have enough space. I think I'm going to have to redesign this one. Here's my monkey face over here, cube on each side, one for each eye, the blue and the brown one. So this is the red, and if you notice, there's X1, Y2, X1, Y, 25, 24. And then here's the cubes. What these are is this is the only area in the board. Right here is 16 and 18. Over here is 19, 16 and 18. Here is 19 and 21. And what happens is this is 16, 19 red. This is 18 and 21 red. And over here is 17 and 20. I know I made the line over here. I'm not sure if I should have been doing that, but I did it anyways because of the hexagon creates a cube inside of it. So you can see all sixes. All these 6 areas will create the cube. Here's your octagons, right? And here you see your hexagon here, here, and here, here, and here. But there's really 4 of them. But I didn't block this off, but there's a gate passage over here. Right? Here's one over here, here's one over here, but there's a passage here. So I didn't want to block it off. And the reason for that is because this and this is red, 16 and 16. And this is red, 19 and 19, so I can block it off. I can connect it. So, I mean, this is here. If you haven't been here before, then this is the ceiling. It's hard to focus the camera on anything. And let me see. Yeah, just something like that. Anyways, okay, let's get back to the. Let's get back to. Okay, so where are we now? I think we're going to end the video here. I appreciate that everybody that shows up. Thank you, Punky, for saying something. Makes me feel good. If you don't know what I do, when I began to say what I do, is every letter and every word in the dictionary, I can link, or I can possibly create some sort of artwork design out of it. Every sport that is out there. Hockey, there's 3 periods, 3 20-minute periods. The 4th period is 420. 420. In baseball, there's 9 innings. And when you get to the 10th inning, if you knew how to speak, if you knew any terminology in French, you would say the 10th inning would be dimanche. And in French, the 10th inning means Sunday. And the 7th inning stretch actually represents what is the 7 come 11. It's representing the setup of the cube because number 7 is 65. And I have to go through some stuff. I don't know exactly why, and some of it is just because it works out that way. But still, it still has to be discussed because it seems like everything seems to just work out that way. Let me read this. Yeah, here's another thing. When you're born, you're not 1 year old yet, but you're born, right? But your first birthday, the year is over. How old are you? 1, but that means it's finished. So when you announce the next year coming, that year is over. So we're in the time span right now, we're in the year 2022. If I looked at the alphabet, it would be BOB, B Bob, or 13, 13, 13. That's the way I like to look at B as 13. We are the children of the Creator. So I base everything the way a child basically would see it. Being 2022, the letters are T for the 20th letter and V for the 22nd letter. The reverse alphabet will always total 27. So here I'm missing 7. The 7th letter is G. Here it's supposed to be 27. It's E. So you have what is that? And this is the moon. And this is what time goes around. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 equals to 35 equals to 12, totals of 47, which is noted to be the word time. 20 and 9 and 13 and 5 equals to 29 and 18 equals to 47. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4. And then I forget the equation for this, but this is telling me about the sun suit. Matter and energy, or the golden angels, the reason for the color orange, the reason for the color orange made up by red and yellow coming together, red and yellow. 92 and 27, 911 coming together to create orange, the golden angels. I mix up languages. And that's all I can say for tonight. I want to thank you very much for watching. I'll give you another little see of here's what's in front of me. I call that the 10 combination of commandments. And another one of my designs, which you can't see, is Fibonacci. I got another one with binary code and the mathematics of pi. Right before I go, just in case you never come back, I'm not sure if you know about pi, 3.14159265. Since everything is a creation of 3 as 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. By the way, this is the student. 11 is the student. 3 times 1 times 4 times 7. Times 2 times 5 times 8 times 3 times 6 times 9 equals 3 equals 12 equals 21 equals 06 equals 15 equals 24 equals to 09 equals to 18 equals to 27. 03 1 plus 2 03 1 plus 2 03 6 1 plus 5 06 2 plus 4 06 09 1 and 8 09 2 and 7 09. So your entire pi will now be converted to these numbers over here, 3 6 or 9, and there are no other. And that's what pi. Now if you want to flip pi over, you'll multiply it all by 4, and then you'll have 1 4 7 2 5 8 3 6 9, and you'll have 4 16 28 08 20 32 12 24 36 9 6 3 5 2 8 1 7 4 147 147 825 258 369 369, and that's what 4 does. It just turns things around a little bit. So we would actually be doing 4 7 1 8 2 5, and you'd finish it off with 3 6 9. 15, 15, 15, 15, 18, 15, 12, 6. I'm just taking a look. So this is now if we put them together, what will it do? I'm really not sure. I haven't put them together yet, but this is the basics. I go for pi. Uh, the other thing about pi, you see with 4, right? You end up with that same rotation again. It doesn't end, but here it does end. With 3 it ends. With 4 it doesn't. And just to note that the letters N and O. So anytime you see N and O together, you know, for me, that is pi. It's a division. I'm not sure if it's a division and brought together like that, or it's a division like this, and then it's brought together down here. I don't know how it's weighted, and I don't want to get into that right now. I'm a little way too tired. Anyways, you're still around, share this video, share the apartment, find another video, look my name up online. Been here out here 18 years looking at different formations and stuff. And let me tell you one thing. This is not for me, this is, I can't even explain it right now. Too tired to go any further. I'm just going to read the, chat, whatever I do, it comes off the keyboard, it comes off the ATM, comes off the calculator, comes off the dice cubes, it comes off of something. It's already been created. All I'm doing is bringing them together. Doesn't matter what it is. I just need to set up a program. There's all kinds of formulas, and they've all been set up already for us. And we're coming to the end of the cycle. This is the last 84 years of the Mayan cycle from 1938 to 2022. I have to stop. Thank you. Peace. Peace. Peace.